Racism in the Dictionary. Download the free Audible book today. Click the link below.
Goodness to the human family. If all the trees upon the earth were pens to write with, and if all the oceans were ink, the writing would still not be enough to explain the glory of God. And even if I lived to be 1,000, it would still not be enough to thank him for his many gifts. I confide in no other in my time of need, and I praise no other in my good fortune. I come to you in words of peace. Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim family. Praise the Lord to my Christian family. Hotep to my Black conscious family. Shalom to my Hebrew Israelite family, and what's good to you to my people in the streets. This is Brother Sharif coming to you with another message based off of truth, balance, and reciprocity, based off of the 42 principles of Ma'at. Those are 42 principles that Africans had long before any organized religion, and it just shows that we were a spiritual, civilized people long before religion. Not saying anything bad about religion, because I'm Muslim myself, but it just shows that we were balanced and we had spirituality long before organized religion. The organized religion just added on to the spirituality we already put down 3,000 to 5,000 years before any of those religions came. Now, tonight's message, I want to discuss racism in the dictionary. Racism in the dictionary. And anyone that's, unless you've been hiding under a rock, knows that Black people get hit with racism on many different levels in many different ways. It's hardly nowhere we can go, anything that we can do, whether it's business, pleasure, whatever aspect of life that we aren't hit with racism. So I want to point that out with some particular words that are in the dictionary that may fly over many people's head, and just point out the misconception with some of these words in the dictionary. And when we see or hear something over and over again, it starts becoming our reality, especially if it isn't corrected. It could be something good. A lot of times for us, it's something negative. If we see a word, which we're going to talk about tonight, a phrase, anything, we see it over and over again, it starts becoming our reality. So I'm not going to waste much time. I want to get right to the topic and go right for the jugular. The word or the term anti-Semitic. If you ask the average person, what does it mean to be anti-Semitic? And according to the dictionary, it simply says that anti-Semitism is showing hate towards a Jewish religious group. Anti-Semitic. I'll say within the last 25 years, if you have seen any lectures or speeches from Minister Louis Farrakhan, I think that's when that term really became popularized, so to speak. When he started rebuilding the nation back in the 80s, he was pointing out some racism, to say the least, by Jews, how they treat Black people, the historical relationship between Blacks and Jews. They actually have 2 to 3 volumes of that you can get from the Nation of Islam, the secret relationship between Blacks and Jews. And he was just pointing out facts. But what Satan always does, they get off of the real topic and switch it to something else to divert you from what the real issue was. So they start using this term anti-Semitism. He's anti-Semitic. And but the question is, we already know what it supposedly means to be anti-Semitic, but what they didn't tell you is what is a Semite or what is a Semitic. So I'm going to get this right out the dictionary to show you how they have tricked us with this word. A Semitic, according to the dictionary, listen to this closely, is any subfamily of Afro-Asiatic language family that includes Hebrews, Arabic, or Ethiopians. I'm going to say it again. This is the definition of a Semitic, because they're using this term anti-Semitism. But what is a Semitic? Again, coming from the dictionary, relating to or constituting a subfamily of the Afro-Asiatic language family that includes Hebrews, Aramaic, Arabic, or Ethiopians. So a Semite isn't just a Jew. So when Africans, because it says an African subtype, or someone who is from a Hebrew, Arabic, or Ethiopian background, they're discriminated against all the time. We have all this Islamophobia in America, and Arabs coming into this country on the airplane, and they think they're just going to bomb the whole country, which since 9/11, nothing like that happens. And when you look into 9/11, that was a hoax, but that's a whole different subject. How come when people with Arabic background, when they're mistreated, how come they're not saying that's anti-Semitic? Because according to their own dictionary, again, it's Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, or Ethiopians. If Ethiopians are mistreated, how come they're not saying that's anti-Semitism? How come anti-Semitism is only related to Jews when their own dictionary says it's Hebrews, Arabic, Aramaic, or Ethiopians? So that's a term that's used incorrectly to put all the focus on Jews and not the other subfamily that's right here in the dictionary. And that, again, became mostly popular with Minister Louis Farrakhan speaking truth, getting documents and files from Jewish scholars about the relationships between blacks and Jews with the transatlantic slave trade. He just speaking the truth, and then they said he's anti-Semitic. But what about the Hebrews and the Arabs and the Ethiopians, according to their own dictionary? Stay woke. Stay woke. I'm not going to keep you long. Another definition in the dictionary, and I'm getting this from Webster's Ninth Dictionary, a very racist dictionary. Another one that may blow your mind is, before I get into these definitions, and follow me on this, any man that's a straight man that likes women, I don't care what background you're from, I don't care if you're white, black, Latino, Haitian, whatever your background, your ethnic background is, any man that is a straight man likes women with big butts or fat asses, right? Excuse my language. Most men who like women with big butts. That's the first thing most of the time on the physical part that we look at. It is just something about a woman's behind that it just drives men crazy. That's just a fact. Ask any man. But listen to this definition, which is a Greek word because a lot of the English language comes from Greek words. Listen to this Greek word. It's called steatophilia. It's a disease that you can look up in the dictionary. I'm going to give you the spelling first. Steatopygia. Steatophilia. It's a Greek word. Spell it again. Steatopygia. Steatophilia. It's a Greek word, and it simply means an excessive development of fat in the buttocks. But listen to the rest of the definition, especially of females that are common among Hottentot and some Negro people. Webster's Ninth Dictionary. I'm going to repeat that again. This Greek word, steatophilia, is a disease, and it says an excessive development of fat on the buttocks, especially of females, that is common among Hottentots. Hottentot is a subfamily or group in Africa, and some Negro people. Wait a minute. Are you suggesting in this dictionary that only African or people with African descent is the only women that has an excessive amount of fat on their butt? But according to this word in the dictionary, steatophilia, not only is it a disease, but it's a disease especially among Hottentot or Negro people. Steatophilia. And if you see some pictures, I don't have a picture, it has a black woman with a real large butt. So they're basically saying, sisters, that you have a disease if you have a little more junk in the trunk. But every woman from every background, whether they white, black, Latino, has a little extra junk in the trunk. And like I said, most women like it. I know I do. But listen to what they say. Listen to what they say is, and what they show. I actually have a picture of this, of what a nice buttocks is. They have another Greek word that explains a nice buttocks. This another Greek word. It's called calligraphian. Calligraphian. I'm gonna give you the spelling. Callipygina. Callipygina. Calligraphian, a Greek word, simply means having shapely buttocks. But look who they say has the shapely buttocks. It's a white woman. And this is a painting of Venus in the museum in Italy, and I believe in France. And let me see exactly what it says. Yes, this is a painting of the ancient statue in the Mosea Naslian in Naples, Italy. Calligraphy and Venus, that's what they call it. Calligraphy and Venus, and that's calligraphy, and again means a woman with shapely buttocks. But if you read deeper into it, the subliminal message means a white woman has a shapely buttocks and a black woman with the steatophilia disease, because it says especially among Hottentot and Negro women. So what they're really trying to say is if you have a little extra junk in the trunk, you have a disease, steatophilia, but a nice buttocks, calligraphian, is a white woman. That's racism in the dictionary. But all men, no matter what background you are, for the most part, likes women with big butts. Even when they was bringing us off the slave ships, they stripped us naked, and they was raping them women, and they loved this supposed steatophilia. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Racism in the Dictionary. Download the free Audible book today. Click the link below.